Hi, this is Lauren Baker. I'm here at the Search Engine Journal booth at PubCon Vegas 2015, and with me today I have none other than Smarty. Ann, welcome to PubCon and SEJ.
Thank you so much for having me, and that's a good that you interview me. We have the long history with Lauren, right?
Yes, we do. I think out of most of the people here, you and I have the longest history. And we were just on a panel together.
Yes.
About content marketing, and one thing you were discussing during the presentation was content repackaging. So could you get into that a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. Today we have to deal with so much content that's being written every day that every original idea and a good research is worth it's gold. So there should be a way to do the most with it, not just write an article, right?
Right.
So besides, we have so many social media networks these days, and there should be a way to somehow reach out to all of them. We have Pinterest, Instagram, SlideShare, YouTube, Vimeo, Vine, whatever. So many different types of social media networks which we have to reach out to with our content. So what I do is I repackage any content that I create into different formats. For example, if that's a video, I transcribe it to create text article. I create animated GIFs to distribute them on Tumblr, make them fun, and I cut those videos into short versions to market on Vine. And sometimes, if there is a series of videos, I create a YouTube or Udemy course, and I also break them down into SlideShare presentation with quotes from videos. So all that stuff of content is called content repackaging, which means you give new format to one piece of content.
Wow, so that's really a lot of content, right? Reaching from SlideShare to blog posts to videos. Like really, when you're producing that content, how do you scale that out so you're still being productive and not necessarily just investing more and more and more?
Yeah, the thing is that while content repackaging is a great way to remain productive and reach out to many social media networks, the problem is that you have so many pieces of content to promote that you can get overwhelmed very easily. So what I do, first of all, I have my favorite tools to schedule promotion and scale it the way that it happens without me. So I spend 1 or 2 hours to make sure that all of the content pieces like SlideShare upload is the same. It should be promoted. It is not that you just upload it to SlideShare and it lives its own life. You have to promote it. Or even YouTube video, it requires a separate promotion as well. So what I do, every piece of that content repackaging campaign should be promoted separately. So what I do is I schedule tweets and Facebook shares using TweetDeck, Hootsuite, and Math Social, which is one of my favorite social distribution platforms out there, and it's free and it's awesome. So I make sure that every week one of those assets is being tweeted, Facebook shared, Google Plus, and pinned, and even the Math Social also supports Tumblr, which is a great tool to also tap into new audience. So I schedule a lot of those promotions for each social media asset that I have to promote.
So when you see a piece of content really getting traction, right? It's starting to get shared, it's starting to get likes, maybe some links. Are there any other tools that you utilize to help amplify that content and
Absolutely.
Get it out there?
First of all, I use Viral Content Bus, which is the platform that I co-founded. What I do is just every piece of content that I produce, I upload there, and people who like and assign some categories. So people who are subscribed to those categories share that piece of content on social media, which is huge boost to a content. And secondly, I use social media advertising and to promote the content that seems to be already doing well. So it means that social media crowd likes it, so I can invest in some ads to gain more. I absolutely do Facebook ads, the promoted posts by Facebook, and I do stumble upon paid discovery and paid placement, sometimes for the right type of content, not every time. The only social media network that I had no success with in terms of advertising was Twitter, but I'm guessing I'm doing that wrong. But I do Facebook advertising pretty often.
And the data that you can obtain from a Facebook advertising campaign is precious, and you can utilize that for other planning as well.
Yes, and invest more and more and discover all the what I like about Facebook advertising, that you can have all different types of audience that you target to, and you can save all of them and then compare which of them did better, and then I can use the same audience that proved to be working for this type of content to promote other types of content that's similar to that one.
So Anne, you have a lot of things going on. What do you spend most of your time on, and where can we find you online?
Most of the time I blog. I'm blogging weekly on our corporate blog, and I also work with other writers that contribute there as well. That is internetmarketingninjas.com/blog, which is where you can find me weekly. I also maintain my own projects where I blog as well, and it's also weekly. So most of the time I really blog. And I'm most responsive on Twitter. It's SEO Smarty. I don't usually miss any tweet that's directed to me. I always reply. So that's probably the best way. If you don't know me, just tweet to me and I'll reply.
Great. So that was Anne Smarty with Internet Marketing Ninjas. Thanks again for dropping by the SEJ booth, Anne.
Thank you so much for having me.
This has been Lauren Baker with Search Engine Journal here at PubCon.
Swinging in for me.
Yeah, I literally just got in, so thanks. It's great to be here.
So, head of publisher communications, something that I think people have really wanted for a long time, but still kind of vague on exactly what that is with you. I know it's a new role. What is it exactly is the head of publishing?
The SEJ Summit is one of the better conferences I attended. The speakers were fantastic. The weather here has been amazing. I mean, this location, the hotel.
The thing I'm really liking about the SEJ Summit is the 3 takeaways structure.
Yes.
I'm leaving with way more.
I also like the single session format for conferences.
I agreed to be a speaker here because I think above all else the quality of people who attend the meeting. There's something to be said about the fact that you can't just pay to come here. It's by invitation only.
What I've